You ever been afraid to speak English? You know, that nervousness that comes over you when someone walks up to you and asks you a question in English. Have you ever experienced this feeling? If so, today I'm going to give you 11 techniques to help you overcome this fear. Are you ready? Well then, I'm Teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. Technique number 1. Focus on communication rather than perfection. I'll say it again because it's so important. Focus on communication rather than perfection. You see, this technique emphasizes the importance of getting your message across rather than worrying about speaking flawlessly. In one of my previous lessons, I mentioned that it's okay to make mistakes, and this technique emphasizes that same point. You have to focus on communicating your idea, your thought, or your opinion instead of focusing on each and every word that you're saying and making sure that your mistakes are not that bad or that your grammar is perfect. Focus on communication rather than perfection. We're talking about letting go of your fears. Now, there are 3 reasons why this is so important. Here's the first reason. This will reduce anxiety and help you speak more freely. Many times when you would feel that fear coming over you and that nervousness and that anxiety, it's because you don't want to make a mistake. Let that go and you'll experience freedom from anxiety. Reason number 2, you'll learn faster by actively using the language even with mistakes. Again, when you stop worrying about mistakes, you'll start speaking more freely and you'll actually start to improve because you'll be using what you have learned. And reason number 3, it builds your confidence as you successfully communicate your ideas. When you focus on communicating rather than perfection, when you focus on getting your thoughts out instead of making sure each and every word is in the right place, you'll actually be able to feel more confident in yourself. You'll feel confident because people will start understanding what you want to say. So technique number 1 is focus on communicating and not on perfecting. Communication over perfection. You got me? Excellent. All right, here we go. Technique number 2. Technique number 2 is practice positive self-talk and affirmations. Now, this technique is something you've probably noticed that I use in each and every one of my video lessons. My goal is to help you speak English with confidence. So in each video, not only do I want to teach you English, not only do I want to help you understand certain expressions and terms, I actually really want you to be confident in yourself. So I always remind you that you're intelligent. You are learning another language. Your brain is amazing. Why? Because positive self-talk and affirmations will help you release your fear. You see, it's important for you to use encouraging words and phrases to boost your confidence and motivation in learning English. There are 3 specific reasons why this technique works so well. The first reason is it helps you overcome negative thoughts that may hinder your progress. Listen, I've been where you are. When I was studying Korean, it was very difficult. And there were moments when I would hear a voice in my head saying, this is too hard. You keep making mistakes. This negative voice is going to be present, but you have to stop it, again, by speaking to yourself in a positive way, reminding yourself, hey, you've come a long way. You're intelligent. You are smart enough to learn this language. Reason number 2, positive self-talk can improve your overall learning attitude. When you remind yourself that you can do it, the next time a new term is brought to you, the next time you hear something that you've never heard before, instead of feeling dejected, instead of feeling depressed, you'll say to yourself, I was smart enough to learn the last term. I'm smart enough to learn this term. And reason number 3, it reinforces your belief in your ability to master the language. Exactly what I just said before. You have to speak to yourself in a positive way. Don't put yourself down. When you make a mistake, remind yourself, it's okay. I'm on this journey. I can do it. Affirm yourself and speak positively to yourself. We're talking about overcoming your fears and finally speaking English with confidence. Technique number 3. This technique is also very important. Start with small, achievable speaking goals. I'll say this one again. Start with small, achievable speaking goals. You see, it's important for you to set manageable objectives for your English speaking practice, gradually increasing difficulty over time. Let me be honest with you. What happens sometimes is that English learners will set very high goals. It's very good to set goals for yourself. But for example, I want to learn 1,000 English vocabulary words in 5 days. Now, it's a good goal to learn 1,000 English vocabulary words, but 5 days, that's a bit short, right? You have a life, you're working, you have a family. So it's important to set smaller, achievable goals, because when you set these large goals and don't achieve them, you suddenly start to feel down. You start to experience this fear when you go to speak because you weren't able to achieve other goals. So it's important to set small, achievable goals, and as time goes on, you increase those goals. Here are 3 reasons why this technique is so important. It prevents overwhelm and keeps you motivated. You won't be overwhelmed by the 1,000 words you have to learn in 5 days, and you'll stay motivated because you'll be achieving each of your goals. Reason number 2, you'll build confidence as you consistently, consistently achieve your goals. It's amazing what happens to you when you do what you said you would do. I'll say that again. It's amazing what will happen to you when you do what you say you will do. This builds confidence. Reason number 3, it allows you to track your progress more effectively, writing out your small, achievable goals and checking each and every one off the list. Technique number 4. Again, effective ways to overcome your fear. Record yourself speaking and listen back to track your progress. Now, we talked about this in one of the previous lessons. The importance of recording yourself, whether it be a video or an audio clip, and then going back and listening to yourself. Use audio or video recordings to monitor your speaking skills and identify areas for improvement. This will help you overcome your fears because you're recognizing the points at which you struggle. The patterns, the words, expressions that really cause you to feel a bit uncomfortable. Here are 3 reasons why this technique is so powerful. Reason number 1, it helps you become aware of your pronunciation and intonation. Many times English learners, and maybe even you, experience fear because they feel like the individual they're speaking with will not understand them. Maybe they have a stronger accent. Maybe they feel like their pronunciation isn't that good. In order to remove that fear, record yourself and then review what you recorded, and you'll start to improve your pronunciation. Reason number 2, you can track your progress over time and celebrate, going back to affirmations, celebrate your improvements. And finally, it allows you to practice self-correction and develop a critical ear, recognizing your mistakes and correcting them before you get into a conversation. Technique number 5. Practice speaking in front of a mirror to build confidence. I absolutely love this one. Getting in front of a mirror and talking to yourself. It's going to feel odd. It's going to feel weird and awkward in the very beginning, but it works. One of my students in the Speak English with Tiffany Academy told me that, Tiff, I stand in front of my mirror and my husband says, you look crazy, but my English is improving. And I said, keep standing in front of the mirror. So again, this is a very powerful technique. You use a mirror to observe your facial expressions and your body language while speaking English, and you'll be able to self-correct. Here are 3 reasons why this is so powerful. Reason number 1, it helps you become more comfortable with how you look while speaking. When you can see yourself, you'll be able to recognize, when I say certain things, this is how I move. Let me change this. Let me adjust a bit. Reason number 2, it helps you practice maintaining eye contact and confident posture. This is powerful. Again, it helps you practice this eye contact and keeping your posture in the right way. Eye contact is powerful. If all of a sudden, for those watching this lesson on YouTube, if all of a sudden I kind of looked away for the entire lesson and you didn't know what was going on, you'd feel a little bit awkward. Now, when I look at my screen as I'm teaching you, I always make sure to come back to you and give you eye contact, because eye contact is important when you're speaking to or with someone. Reason number 3, again, speaking in front of a mirror is important because it allows you to focus your mouth movements for better pronunciation. You noticed that, right? Again, for those watching, you noticed I slowed down and you saw my mouth moving in a specific way. You can watch your mouth movements when you practice in front of a mirror. Technique number 5. Let's move on now to technique number 6. Technique number 6 is view errors as a natural part of the learning process rather than something to be feared or avoided. This technique is embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. Again, embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. This is something we spoke about 2 or 3 lessons ago. Our entire lesson was about making mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. Here are the 3 reasons why this technique is important. It reduces anxiety about making mistakes, which allows you to speak more freely. When you're not worried about mistakes, you won't experience any fear. You'll just start talking. Reason number 2, you'll learn more effectively by analyzing and correcting your errors. Again, you'll learn more effectively by analyzing and correcting. Hey, I made that mistake. Let me understand why. Now let me correct my mistake. Fear gone. Reason number 3, it fosters a growth mindset essential for long-term language learning success. You're focusing on improving yourself by allowing yourself to make mistakes. Technique number 7. Prepare and practice common phrases for various situations. First word again, prepare. You see, learn